All right, what's up, Bourbon Bros? We are about to do a club meet here in December. You see the Christmas tree behind me, but we got about 14 dudes here tonight that are going to be blind tasting some really awesome bottles as we kick off the holidays. So let's go jump in and do our thing. So enjoy the video. It's gonna be a fun review. See you.
All right, so I think we all kind of share the same on the nose. It was pretty ethanol heavy. I got some oak on the nose. Scored that a 77. Palate, it wasn't terrible. You know, it wasn't great, but it was mildly inviting. I got some tobacco. I got some corn. I did get some stone fruit. You said apricot. I didn't actually get that. Sean said that. Yeah. It was something like in that dark raspberry, blackberry-ish flavor. Finish was okay. Carried all right. I know what it is, so I won't say the age proof price, but overall I scored a 74. You know, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, not a lot.
Right, so off the nose, you got the ethanol burn. I really couldn't smell any flavors over it. I give it a C. The palate, I give it a B. I mean, I think I got like licorice, leather, blackberry. The palate, in my opinion, was way better than the nose. I really liked the palate. I didn't think it was awesome, but definitely drinkable. It's really good. And then the finish, I also gave a B. Kind of like maybe a plum or something. And then it's got a slight hug, just a little bit. Overall score, I give it a 77. Proof 100, age 2 years, price $50. And I have no idea.
This one generally has a disadvantage because the last one we tasted was very good. Ethanol on the nose. I'm not gonna say that it was necessarily bad, but it was strong. Tastes just like tobacco to me. I like that. I got a hug on the end. I tend to like that. So I would say not bad. I may look elsewhere. 77.
-3.
Don't get in my video.
I
do think it's strong.
Sitting next to you.
115, 4 years, and I think unfortunately it's $49. I would pass on it at that.
But you know what? That's a perfect example of two guys that like bourbon. Very different flavor, very different palate. You enjoyed it. I didn't. That's a great thing about bourbon.
I enjoyed it more than you. I would probably look elsewhere.
What was your overall, Chad?
77.
77.
At the end of the day,
It's got a lot of ethanol on the nose. Got a tinge of vanilla. I couldn't pick anything out on the palate in a bad way. Like, it didn't taste great to me. Couldn't specifically taste any one flavor. Finish was a long burn. Wasn't as good as the previous one. To me, it kind of tasted like Rabbit Hole. I felt like that. There's something on the finish that reminded me of the Rabbit Hole. It said 110 proof, 4 year, $39.99, and I rated 62.
Actually, I got Coke Float for weirdly or strangely on the nose, and then it just went downhill from there. I got Earthy Moss Peaty, and I would say it's not a Scotch; it's like a Great Britain Peaty on that one. So light burn, and I'll go with a Simon Cowell, where I said very forgettable. So,
Nice, well played.
75. I mean, because I want to love bourbon, and I said around 99.8, maybe a 5 year, and I gave this one a $34.73 because if you've been to the REI garage sales when they're trying to get rid of shit, they always put 73 cents on the end of it. So that's what I'll give it.
Hey everyone! Come and see how good I look!
First smell of this was, I got ethanol, but the second smell, it hit me hard, the ethanol, and I couldn't smell anything else but maybe a little bit of orange. And it progressively, to me, got worse. The ethanol, I had a lot of hug coming out, and it just fucking lingered around. It did not go away, and I can't get past that. It's not horrible. I think it's really young though. I'm gonna say it's a 4-year, and the proof is. I think the proof is throwing me off. It tastes probably a lot stronger than it really is because it's so young. I'm gonna go with like it's 110 proof, probably $45 a bottle. I think if you threw this on an ice cube or something, it may change the taste and be better to drink, or mix it with something, and that may kick a little bit of that ethanol down and make it bearable. I gave it a 68 overall. My highest was a 70 on the nose, but it's not something I would drink. It's not something I would buy, but if someone gave it to me, I'll taste it and I'll enjoy it. I'll chug it down. Yeah.
So, very different than the previous review. The nose, citrus, and then followed by a massive amount of ethanol. Not that means it's unpleasant, but it was very different than what we did previously. So then on the palate, I've served in the military. I've been into the chemical gas chambers. I felt like I was breathing in gas, and it was a terrible hot chemical burn. And that burn continued through the finish, and I felt like I was breathing gas again. But that some people may enjoy that because for me, the flavor was lost. And that's the great thing about bourbon. Bourbon lands with what your palate likes. For me, this is not what I like. I felt it was a traditional 120 plus proof, probably a younger. I like 6 to 8. It was probably younger than that. Price, not the price I would pay, but the price it's probably in the 39 to 49 range. I'm not gonna tell you the overall score. I gave it an ass chemical burn, but yeah, it wasn't for me.
He scored a 3.
-3.
-3.
And now it tastes like shit because of this bourbon.
You're welcome.
Thanks, buddy. Way to ruin it for me. You know what? I'm not drinking bourbon anymore. I'm just going to vodka.
What we need to do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Had this because it was at his house. Okay. And I saw it not in his bourbon room, but in his everyday drinker.
No, it was in the. This is what I saw.
So you're the culprit of this.
This is what I give Anthony and his friends when they come over.
So I knew Brent was doing a Tennessee bourbon / whiskey.
This ain't Dickel, is it?
No, it's not Dickel. So I tried to stay in that same field.
Okay.
It is a pick. I did get this in Tennessee. There's no age statement, but it's a minimum of 3 years, so it's probably around that 3 or 4 year mark.
3.1.
This is 122.2 proof.
Woo! I get that.
What?
And it was $50.
Oh, wow.
And it's from Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, Blue Note.
Blue Note.
I'm selling mine.
Really disappointed.
Is that the
would sell
Total Wine pick?
No, this is from B&B Package in
Okay.
Kingsport, Tennessee.
But it's a pig.
It's a pick, yeah.
Yeah, the
I mean, it may be good.
I think the
This is
uncuts
the store
are
pick,
always
so-
good.
It's not true. It ain't. I mean, it's.
I thought we had the same bottle.
Hey, Andy,
You were like,
That's crazy.
I've got one of those, and I hadn't opened it.
hey, Trey, you have one open on your shelf.
know.
This is not a banger. This is not a banger. And I know bangers. I know bangers.